Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris with DigitalREM, and in this video we're going to cover how to utilize our panel button template. It's essentially what a panel button is a graphic that encompasses your branding, the types of your colors, your logo, whatever the case may be, but encompasses your branding. So when people click on that button or click on that graphic, it sends them to a website, it sends them to your YouTube, wherever you want to send them to. It's just essentially a graphic button, but with your branding in mind. So essentially we're going to show you how to utilize the template that we have available for the community for you. So let's just hop right into it. All right, so this is the template here. So we have multiple things in this template right now. We're gonna go ahead and condense it down, but I'm gonna just show you how I built the different elements out, and so you can see how you can build the elements out for your project. So let's just hop right into it, right? Let's just go over the first few panels that we've created. These are buttons. I'm gonna call them panels from now on, but the first few panels that we created. So we have the visit the website panel. We have the Dream TV panel. We have the become a member panel. We have the join the Discord panel, and we have the shop, the product catalog panel. And before we even hop right into it, I'm going to actually show you what these panels look like, maybe on a site like Twitch or something, right? So I'm gonna just pull up our Twitch real quick. Boom, channel, boom, let's go. So essentially, these are what these panels will look like on your website or on your Twitch. You can do it on your website. You can use these panels wherever you can. Because again, at the end of the day, they're just graphics that represent a button. So if you attach a href to the button, then that will send them to wherever you want them to go. So we have the, visit our site here. And right below our video, you can see you can see these buttons will be here. So it consists of your branding, and you see our mascot is here with all the different aspects. So really just reinforcing your brand, reinforcing your colors, reinforcing any mascots that you have, but reinforcing your consistency with your brand across the board. That's what we're doing here. So let's just continue to hop right into this. So this is going to be free for the community. Don't worry. This is going to be free for the community. But what's going on in here is let's just delete these last three. Let's just keep 2, delete 3, right? And we'll just do a visit my site, right? And you can create whatever text you want right here. So as you see, if you go to the text layer, you just double click in it, and you could just change the text out. Boom, boom, you got that, just like that. Now, what's also included, you might notice this folder here that says icons. We also included all of these icons that are available to you. This is a gem right here, but all of these icons that are available to you. So you can simply just toggle which icon you need on and off, just like that. Boom. So if you were have an Amazon store, you can be like, bam, you have the Amazon icon here. Now, it doesn't consist of every icon in the world. Just a disclaimer. Like, I don't have every icon in the world in this library, but I have the typical ones for now, right? So you can just grab an icon, drop it in there, right? So where do we have? This is visit your website. So we're just gonna put a badge up. Not that badge. PC, not that one. Shapes, nope. Player, nope. All right, we're gonna go to all right, check badge. That's fine. Check badge is fine. I think that's what we had before. So check badge, we're gonna keep it there. But that's inside of the icons. So you'll see in the icons, just making sure I'm still recording, but you'll see inside of the icons that you will be able to access all of those different icons. And you can add more if you want to. All right, so we do have one of our characters here, and it's just simply as simple as that, just to drag and drop any image in here that you want. You know, if you have a character, I'm gonna leave the character here so y'all know, but you can drag and drop any character in here. Let's just make an example, right? What's the character? I don't want to get a copyright issue, really don't. I'm gonna just use one of my characters because I really don't want to get a copyright issue, because I need y'all to be able to access this, and I need y'all to be able to access this video without any hiccups as far as copyrights. So we're just gonna use one of our characters, and we're gonna use Trent. If you have been following DigitalREM for a while, you know about Trent. So we're gonna go ahead and just grab a Trent video or image. See if I can find anything. I have any renders anywhere? 3D print, planet, photo comp, print photos. Man, I don't have. Do I have anything on Trent? I have these ones. I was hoping I had something that was a little more had a transparency to it, but we'll go with this one. So all you would do is drag your image. Once you get to where the photo is, drag your image, and you can just drop your photo right there. Boom. Now, one of the keys that you probably didn't notice, and this is definitely why I wanted to get on and make this video. If you notice, there's this button has rounded edges, so you can see you more than likely can see the transparency here on the left side. It's going around like that, left side going around like that, right? And when we put this button in, if you want this side to be square, you can have that. But if you do want to mask out, just go ahead and control click table, and it makes the selection of the actual button. So this is the table, what I call a table, and then just apply that by hitting the add layer mask. And once you add layer mask, it's gonna calculate what's selected and what's not selected. And you could just simply do like that. So now you have, you know, your character or whatever, your image, whatever it might be, you can have that over here. And you can really get creative with this if you really want to. Get creative with this as far as, you know, you can get creative with this. I'm just leave it at that. Get as creative as you want to and as you can. Put it like that. And I'm gonna do this real quick. Let's even say we want to slide it over to this side, right? And you could just have it like that. Get rid of the icons, and you could just have it something like this. It really depends on how you want to do it. But at the end of the day, you have the template to play around with. Play around with it. See what you like. See what you feel is best. And boom. So you'll have a great starting point. Now, when you do get to a place where you like, this is perfect. This is exactly how I want it. Right? You want to save this as a PNG. So save. Go to File, Export. You can export as, and then do PNG. Right? So you just do it like that. Just do a PNG. Simple as that. And save it wherever. And boom. And if you really want to get creative, we'll cover this in a later lesson. But if you really want to get creative, you can drop a video file in here and create a GIF out of it. So I don't know as far as if the GIFs work in Twitch and in the other platforms, but if they do work, more than likely they do. But if they do work, then this character can be animated doing something, or this icon be doing something, or whatever the case may be, if you know how to animate the icons and things like that. But again, you don't want it to be distracting, when it comes to screen attention. So if you're posting a video, you don't want things under you distracting the person who's supposed to be viewing your video, right? So boom, that's that. Now we're gonna go ahead and consolidate this whole template into one small file, and I'm gonna just get rid of this one just so I know I'm working off of I didn't make any changes, so we're gonna go work off the Dream TV, and I think that's the one that we're gonna roll with as far as the template. So it's the same exact thing. So you have the icons here. This is the, let's call this the mascot. That can be what it is. Icon table and button table. Let's call this a button table. So that'll be the button table. And again, that's exactly how you would approach this. So if you were opening this file, it's gonna look just like this. If you were opening this file for the first time, what you want to do, either you can rename this, or you can just click, drag, and drag it over the new layer file, or you can duplicate this group, right? Duplicate the group by right clicking, duplicate, right click, duplicate, right? Somewhere, duplicate group, and then just renaming whatever you want it to be. Like, this is my first one, right? Sample, right? And we'll call this one sample. Sample, and then you could go in here and insert your text here. Boom. Now I know that people will more than likely not have my font, so I'm just going to go ahead and change the font to something simple. Let's see, what font do we want to work with coming out? Because I don't want it to be, I want it to be a font everybody has. I'm gonna just put there. I think everybody got Calibri. I like Calibri. Boom. Insert your text here. And that'll be essentially how the template is built out. Just like that. Do y'all want to change the icon for when y'all receive it? Question? No? Add, PayPal, Patreon, badge, PC, shapes, music, like. Let's do the like button. Boom. Insert your text here. Boom. All right. So this is how the template is going to look for everybody. So essentially, I'm going to close this down. I'm going to not close it down, but collapse the folder. So you're going to insert your text here. And should we go ahead and, if you are watching right now, drop a 1 in the chat if you think I should add a value to these layers, so you know what to change and what, you know, pretty much you could change anything. So there's really no reason to add a color value to them. There's just not, right? But let's go ahead and lock this button layer so you just won't accidentally change where it's located. Sample button. Boom. And we're gonna save that out. And that's the template. That's gonna be the template for the community, right? So boom, let's hop back in. Hop back. We're gonna make that available, and we're gonna make this video available soon. So let's hop back out into the full screen. So boom, pretty much we just covered how to utilize the template. We made the template for our graphics to keep the branding consistent, things like that. We packaged that up, made it, simplified it down to one actual group. One group layer that you can duplicate to make your template however you want to. So with that being said, I hope this video was valuable to you. You can change the colors, you can change so many different things. We didn't really get into covering that, but I think if you are familiar with Photoshop, you're familiar with how to change the colors in the actual in Photoshop. But as I'm saying that out loud, it makes me really want to hop back in and just cover all bases. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I know this is not typical of how we usually do our thing, but I want to make sure, I want to double, triple make sure that everybody in the community gets the most value out of this template. And if you don't know how to change the colors in a template, then you're gonna learn today, right? So boom, let's go back. We're hopping back in. We're hopping back in real quick. So with that being said, if you need to change the colors, right, you can just simply click boom. Whoa, okay. Okay. Isn't this a shape? Let me see. Change the colors. There you go. So you have to go in the direct selecting. So you have the regular selection, and then you have the white arrow. That's a direct select. Once you go into direct select, this is a shape. This is the actual shape. So you can change the colors of the actual shape. So once you direct select, you could just go up here and select whatever color you want to change it to. So if you wanted to change it to this purple, right? You could change it to purple. If it's not even in there, let me put it back on this one. If it's not even in there, you can click on this rainbow looking thing and change it here. You can use the hex code to change it there. If you're really feeling like, man, I can't find the white arrow anywhere, you can double click on the layer and then do like a color overlay. So with the color overlay, you can change it in here. So it's really however you want to approach it. And even we could go further down. If you want to go further with the layer styles, you can do a gradient overlay. So essentially the gradient overlay allows you to, you know, do a gradient overlay. So you have a gradient there. So boom, just like that. We're just gonna make the top, top a little darker like that. So boom, you can have a gradient overlay, whatever like that, but you always have the ability to turn those off. So that's how you would change the color. Now you change the color on that, but if you want to change the color of the text is even more simple because it's one text file. Now with the text file, you just select, just like a Word document, you select the text that you want and you'll see the colors will show here. You could select either one and then simply just drag where you want it to be. So if you want to be here, whatever the case, you could drag it to where you want it to be. So let's say we want this green, right? We want that to be green. We have that green. And you see this is black here. This is all one layer. So if you select both of them, it's going to have this question mark, which you can turn into one. Now, with that being said, if you're not familiar with how to work the text in Photoshop, make sure you go to character, right? It's a quick run through, right? Go to character, and in character you can see like you have where you can select your font, you can select the weight, you can select the font size, and you can select the kerning. This is the more, to me, the more important part, because with this kerning it allows you to move it up and down. Is this called kerning or is it called leading? I think it's called kerning. Leading. So leading allows you to move it up and down. Kerning, which I believe is this one. Neither one of those. Here's kerning. Kerning essentially is the amount of space between, which it doesn't allow that anyway. So that's cool. We don't do kerning. The more important part is this leading, right? So if you have more text, if you have, you know, a G coming down where your Y is, you know, see where that Y is coming down and it's touching that R, you don't want that. So you just want to go ahead and just move that down a little bit like that and make sure it fits. I'm gonna put it down even further because so I know that anything that drops down below there is gonna touch. So boom. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go back to before we did all the changes and everything. Boom, we're there. So that's where we're at. So that's how essentially how you change the colors of everything. So let's hop back out. All right. So that's essentially how you change the colors of everything. That's how you utilize the template. I hope this lesson was valuable to you. I know I went a little detailed in the beginner type of stuff, like changing the color and things like that. But again, anybody who's starting a business or getting started, you know, not everybody's from the graphic design production background. So knowing how to change the color of something, even though we currently might see that as a very, very simple task, to somebody who's just getting started, who just needs this template to create their buttons, this is very valuable for them. So hopefully you were able to endure, you know, the simple lesson of creating colors. But I think it was very valuable to somebody who needs that extra part. Like, man, I know my branding colors, but how do I change it in here? Now I just showed you how to change it to your branding colors. So if your branding colors is red, boom, you change it to red. If your branding colors is orange, whatever the case may be, you change it to that color to be consistent with your branding. So your graphics package should be consistent with your branding. Rule of thumb I always like to say is pick one color, at least one color, called a primary color, but pick one color out of the whole color spectrum wheel, and that's your color. So that's your color you're going to put on everything. So from your brand, from beginning to end, is going to have that color somewhere encompassed in your experience, in your company, in your brand, in your visual, anything. So just think of a good example. Just think of like Lowe's or something. Like when you see that orange, you don't even have to see I mean, I said Lowe's, Home Depot. When you see that orange, you don't even have to see the actual text. You can just see the orange and be like, I already know who that is. I already know what that orange represents. So it's the same exact thing. Picking one primary color, sticking to that primary color, and bam, got it just like that. That's how you kind of want to work when you're selecting your colors. So I hope this video was valuable to you. You can get this template at the store at DigitalREM.com. Get your free membership. Go to DigitalREM.com. Get the template to create your panel buttons. Get really creative with this. I mean, really just get creative with this. And what I'm going to do, actually, I'm not going to hop back in the scene, but what I'm going to do just for before I package it up, what I did was actually added an alpha channel to the actual folder. So now you can play all inside of the folder and it won't mess up the shape of the button. So essentially you can go ahead and drop your pictures in and everything else and put them and place them wherever you want them to be and everything, and not have to worry about masking out the actual alpha channel or the actual button, as we did, as you probably saw the demonstration before when I pulled in my picture and then I had to mask out the button to get the rounded shapes. Now you won't have to do that. All you have to do is bring the items into the folder and it'll automatically mask out for you. So we just did that right there on the screen right now. Well, not on the screen, but I just did that right now as I'm thinking about it. So with that being said, I hope this was very valuable to you, and at the end of the day, do that one thing that takes you closer to your goal. Make something great. Do something awesome today. You know, get it popping. So with that being said, take care. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Look out for get your membership at DigitalREM.com, and look out for this template available in our shop at DigitalREM.com. It's quick download and it's free. So get yours. With that being said, later y'all. Peace.